We knew going in that it was going to be a challenge.
Did you think it would be that big of a challenge?
Yes. Listen, here's the bottom line. And listen, it's not a knock on our bullpen guys. I like our arms and our bullpen, but to give you an idea of the difference, our bullpen guys on a normal three game series weekend chew up anywhere between 7 and 10 innings. That's how many innings we expect them to have to pitch for us. This weekend they had to chew up 23 innings. That's a major difference. So even if they throw well, they're still in a role where they're not used to being extended as much as they're having to be extended. Again, it's a big ask. So we knew going in it was going to be a challenge.
Was there any positives that you take away from the weekend?
No. I mean, I can sugarcoat it and try to make it something, but no. Listen, you give up that many runs and you get beat like that. It's just one of those things where you gotta take it for what it is. Try to learn something from it, lick your wounds, and move on. Try to get ready for the regional tournament and hope that we're in it.
Speaking of that, who are you guys relying on? Who are you looking at to make to where it would benefit you guys going forward?
Be more specific as far as like our guys getting better. Or
As far as getting into the regional tournament. Is there anyone that you'll have to look at specifically that you're like, okay, if this team does this, then we're in?
Honestly, that's a tough thing to answer. There's a lot of moving parts to that. Honestly, depending on the regional rankings this week, we could not have to rely on anybody if we stay in the second spot. If we don't, then you got to start. You put your hands in other people, or you put your future in other people's hands, and that's not a place you like to be. But we kind of played ourselves into that situation, so that might be the situation. But if we stay in the second spot, then I don't think a lot's going to change.
Can you discuss? I think I asked Matt this. I'm not sure, but softball stayed at 6, but baseball went to 4. Was there any particular reason of that, or was that a COVID decision, or what?
It was based on COVID, and again, Matt would probably be a better guy to ask. I mean, he knows all the moving parts that better than I do, but it was definitely COVID related.
Do you think not playing this weekend could possibly be a blessing heading into regionals if you get selected?
I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, we weren't looking at it that way. You don't ever not want to be playing. You know what I mean? Just the competitor in you. We wanted to be playing next weekend, but it is what it is. I mean, it does give us an opportunity. We were pretty banged up, obviously, with those 2 arms and some of our hitters, and it does give you that opportunity to kind of right the ship and work on some things, get better in some areas, and more importantly, get some guys healthy. Which could give us an advantage going into the regional, hopefully, again, if we get in, knock on wood. So there's potential positives to it, but they don't outweigh playing next weekend.
So I mean, like a lot of the talk is about pitching. You gave up a lot of runs, but it looked like the hitters after that first game just couldn't really. They just wasn't themselves.
Listen, the guy that they threw in Game 3, that guy's one of the best arms in the conference. Holub can get it, and we knew going in it was going to be an uphill fight with him on the mound. Especially he was coming off an injury. We didn't have to face him down there at their place, and we didn't know how healthy he was this weekend. We were kind of hoping that they were going to run him out there and maybe using 3 or 4 innings. The guy went 140 pitches and threw 8 innings, and just absolutely dealt him. So there's times where, yeah, there's things that we could have done better, but there's times where you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound for the other team, and that guy threw really, really well.